firstly introduce yourself to our readers, name, surname, and occupation?
My name is Gerrit Engelbrecht. I'm the HOD of the Department of Nuclear Medicine at Universitas Hospital in Dierenix. Yeah, that's more or less it.
Okay, Doc, can you just tell us why are we here today?
Well, today is a sort of milestone in the department's history. We are opening a PET-CT camera, or taking it into use for the first time ever in the public sector. So we waited like 30 years for it, so for us it's a big milestone.
So how is this new equipment set to benefit the patients and the medical, what's the services overall?
Well, first of all, it's not just a normal PET-CT, it's a fully digital camera. So that means we can do a lot more patients per day because we can scan them much shorter. We can use less radioactivity, and it means it won't cost as much for the patient. It improves the diagnosis and the staging of the patient's diseases, especially oncology. And then we're slowly getting the other disciplines on board as well, like cardiology and neurology, to image them as well. What this does for the patient, or rather for the doctors, it helps them to improve the diagnosis of the patients and streamline their treatment programs. So in the end, it gives the patient sort of improved life expectancy, and yeah, that's more or less it.
Doc said it took about 50 years for you guys to acquire this equipment.
Yes.
Can you just tell us why it took so long?
Well, it's when I initially started here, I started between these walls as a registrar, and then PET, as it was a very new modality. So, and it was at first just PET, it was not PET-CT, and that's the important part. And we tried at that stage to get funds for it, but because it was so new, time still had to run its course. And we actually shelved our plans at that stage to get the center up and running. And then life went on, and PET-CT became a very large, robust modality in the country. And then in 2014, we restarted the whole project actually. And that was a good timing for this project. But it does take, you must remember, this camera cost in the region of 70 million rand. So to get that amount of money together, for the state, and to line up everything for the installation will take a few years. Every little process took like 2 or 3 years to finish, to get in line for because it's not just us in the hospital. We had to get in a queue with all the other modalities and have to wait our turn to install the equipment. So after all that happened, that took quite a few years. And also because in the beginning it was just me. So they didn't want to buy this expensive equipment just for one man. And I had to, my first step was actually to increase the numbers in the department, to get other people to come and work here, and then they were willing to support me to go forward with the plan. And it took about 2 years to plan the whole center, and then beginning last year we started with the installation, and around August we were done with the installation.
So besides doctor, there was training provided for other doctors as well to be able to operate the camera?
Well, we're still busy with that. The advantage now is that we have our own camera. We can train our own registrars. In the past, we had to send the registrars to other centers to be trained. It was always difficult finding them space at the other centers to work and so on. But now everybody is trained. We are training a new batch now. The first batch finished last year, started finishing last year. So we started now with a new batch of registrars.
Doctor touched on the financial strains that the camera comes with. So long term, has there been money allocated to maintain the equipment?
Yes, no, that's part of our, you can call it our business plan or model, that we include the maintenance with the camera. So when the tenders go out, that is part and parcel, because you can't run such sophisticated equipment without a 24-hour maintenance contract.
Thank you.